gentlemen, I'm with Soldiers Angels, and we do support for the troops, and here's a couple pins for you to add to your stuff.
Thank you. That's all we need is more pins.
More pins, I know. His hat was a little lopsided. I thought he needed one over on the other side.
Yeah. And we wore another hat, too, the 40 and 8. It's loaded, too.
And it's loaded, too?
Oh, that's worse. I got a whole vest that's chock full of them things.
Chock full of those things? So you guys need, like, more weight to... Oh!
Thank you very much.
Oh, there we go. And here's a little more weight. These are, like, Commander's coins from Soldiers Angels.
Okay.
They're just a metal, huh? What do you do with them?
Soldiers Angels. We send care packages and letters and all kinds of stuff.
We're setting up. The riders are helping them with the poker run. We're going to do a fundraiser for them, and we're going to go from Legion Post to Legion Post.
I know that guy.
Yeah, you know that guy? So you know we're legitimate here, yeah. Well, I don't know about exactly legitimate, but yeah, no. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I'll put that. We're proud to put that.
They've been partners with us on these Patriot Guard missions.
Yeah.
These ladies have been supplying the water for the riders and stuff when
Water,
they're standing
coffee,
out there
donuts.
with flags in the middle of August for a fall.
So your name is Bob Warner, and you're the former commander of the post?
Yeah, and I'm also the chairman of the House Committee.
Chairman of the House
My
Committee?
boss.
Oh, so he's the guy we got to smooth. Okay. Good. Now we
I'm
know.
a past commander.
And you're past commander?
We're both past commanders.
And I'm sorry, and I didn't get your name, sir?
Jerry Raymond.
Jerry Raymond. Okay.
Yeah, hard to. I'm a northern Minnesota kid. I talked to some of these guys and I said, well, I was in an Airedale outfit. And they all turned around and looked at me. What am I talking about? Airedale outfit.
You know, that's because they're jealous. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Everybody wants to be an Airedale.
That's all over the South Pacific.
Well, I signed at that time. I was 18 when I went in. They were yanking people off of telephone poles and everything else in the Korean gizmos, you know. So I thought, well, I'm not going in the Army. The hell with them. So I went into the Navy, and I was 18 at the time. And they said, well, you can go in for 3 years. If you were 17, you had to go for 4, which was considered a minority cruise. I thought, hey, I'll take that 3, and I didn't get to pay out, you see. Well, I'm in there, and I'm working on my 2.5 years, and all of a sudden the Korean outbreak comes in, and Uncle Sam says, there's one more. One more.
They froze you.
So you got stop loss, as they call it these days.
Yeah, that's what I did. No choice. No ask. They didn't even ask if I wanted to.
No, yeah. It's like
I'll tell you about the time I was a passenger in an AD, Helldiver, going off a carrier. And the skipper wanted me back on base so I could open up his mail. You know, I'm a yeoman.
Yeah.
Was.
You were yeoman.
So he scheduled me to be in this plane here. And I had 2 buddies that were in radar. And the night before, they bring me down and set me in the back end of this little job, you see. And they show me how to put this parachute on, and they show me how to put some other straps on, and how to key in the radar.
Right.
The next morning, I got there, and they switched me. I'm going to not be in this plane, but I'm going to be in this one because of the black box. Okay, here we are now, early, 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. We're down there, I'm in this plane, and here's the one I'm supposed to be in, and we're taking off. He goes in the drink. I mean, in the drink, right in front of the carrier.
So you had like a guardian angel looking up here, right?
Back then.
So this Commander Stone flew around. He said, hey, Raymond, look on down there. And I said, yeah. And I'd still be trying to get out.
Yeah.
And then we got back to the base and we run off the end of the runway. I never went back up again.
So, yeah, I would have a thing about those pilots.
I'd be careful about going back out
That's
there.
story number 1.
So, particular engagements you were involved in? Pacific?
Oh, yeah, we haul troops over, and then and their gear and stuff, and drop them off on the island, and we'd load up some and bring them back, say, to the States and stuff like that. I was in Okinawa, and Pearl Harbor, and Nagoya.
This is the guy I want?
Yeah, you go. Hash marks.
Nagoya, Japan, and yeah. We seen a lot of duty in the South Pacific.
And I'm sorry, what ship were you on?
I was on the USS DuPage.
Page.
D-U, then capital P-A-G-E, DuPage.
That is beautiful.
Well, this is combined the 40 and 8 in American Legion. 40 and 8 is an offshoot of the American Legion.
Really?
Okay.
You're nominated, initiated. We had the big train. You seen that big train? Didn't make it here today, but should have been.
Oh, really? Big engine.
Oh, big train. Runs
Give
from
the
here to
kids
that
a ride.
wall, and then we have a caboose on it, and all 25, 30 people.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. It's a fun organization.
You got to be invited into it. You can't join it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is special about that? What gets you nominated?
Well, we do nurses training. Nomination? Well, just be a good legionnaire.
Oh, be a good
Work for your post. Do something, like that.
Active, yeah.
Whatever it is, for children and youth, or the vets up there and whatever. Yeah. And then you're kind of nominated by whoever looking at you. Then you go through an initiation, which is getting less and less brutal.
They don't throw you off the ship and make you swim across the equator now, is that what?
Well,
yeah.
probably worse than that.
Yeah. Across the Kansas River, huh?
Yeah, there you go, Missouri.
But we're an organization from all of the posts in Johnson County belong to this Deutsche, they call it.
Oh.
And it comes about because of the World War I, when we had the doughboys were going over to France, and they were getting on board this boxcar. And some of these boxcars may have hauled 8 horses, or 40 men. And you didn't know which boxcar you were going to get in. So you had to develop a little bit of humor, seeing that home sweet Sue.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But you'll see it.
Yeah, after the World War I, they all got together and wanted to start a fun organization of the American Legion. So they named it the 40 and 8 out of that French boxcar. Say 40 men or 8 horses.
France sent a boxcar to every state after the war was over. So every state had a boxcar at one time.
Yeah, France.
And we have one out in Hayes, and there's one over in Sedalia. You know Sedalia, Missouri, on the fairground. And Minnesota's got one on their fairground. But some of them got so bad they were just repaired and they didn't keep them up and what have you. But there's a lot of refurbishing going on. And the wood now, surprisingly enough, you stop me now.
You keep talking. I'm really interested.
The wood that came to build these boxcars came from an outfit up there in New England. And they were shipped across. And they used that wood to make the boxcars.
So they're shipped to France.
So now in this refurbishing that's going on, they found out who the outfit was up there, and they're getting the wood from them to refurbish the boxcars. Yep.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very, very much for your time and for your information and for your service.